Talk about building up the fucking threat and making a hopeless situation seem even more hopeless. This chapter of Fairy Tail did just that. Like, the bottom line, the whole point of this chapter was to say, Fairy Tail, how the fuck are you gonna stop these motherfuckers? For starters, one of the things that this chapter did was, there's about 1 million soldiers. All of the Spriggan 12 are here. Granted, 3 of them are illusions, which, if I had to point out immediately a problematic aspect, it kind of goes back to, like, that whole thing of bringing back people from the dead. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because these people were just defeated within this arc, you know what I'm saying? It was not that long ago that these people were defeated, opposed to some other series, because people are going to say, hey, but you didn't care when Edo Tensei went down in Naruto. Well, majority of those people died a long time ago, and they were really awesome and developed characters, so to see them come back is like, yeah, that's exciting. A lot of these characters, they were just kind of like, you know, dusted off, and they got their asses beat, and we didn't know too much about them, so bringing them back is kind of like, hey, I remember you got your fucking ass busted by Natsu. Wait, who are you again? And I guess one of the other things that immediately hits me is like, oh my gosh, you know, one of the things about shonen manga, especially with the main cast, is that they never kill people, but that's the result. You get a chapter like this when you don't just finish off your opponents. You got Jacob coming back, Azur, like all these motherfuckers coming back, and it's like, oh, if you would have just finished them off, they would have probably, well, no, they would have come back anyway as illusions, but the illusions don't really matter as much, because I remember what Erza did with like, just like, get out of my face, so these illusions aren't going to be really anything, I guess, to fear. Granted, it did disappoint me a little bit to see that God Serena did indeed die. Like, he died against Acnologia. It's like, it's good, like, yeah, you know, Acnologia just kills motherfucker, but I was really interested to find out more about his character, and a lot of people were theorizing that he was Yuri from Fairy Tail, so I was kind of like, oh, you know, I mean, I guess it's great that Acnologia did kill him, but I wanted to know more about him. We're probably only going to get him just getting dusted off real quick by one of the Fairy Tail members. And I guess since we've read Fairy Tail for so long now, even though this is like, yo, this is a great threat. All of the Spriggan 12 are here. Zeref is at the top. Mavis is fucking stuck, basically. Can't do shit. There's an army of 1 million in front. But since we know Fairy Tail is kind of like, yeah, they're not going to struggle that much. They're going to get through those 1 million soldiers like nothing. Natsu's going to just, blah, friends, and shit like that. And that's kind of where I was like, I think the main threat of it all, which again, at least they get to, you know, get worn out by the time they get to this, but like the main threat is going to be Zeref and like the remaining Spriggan 12 members, and you know, the White Dragon and stuff like that. That's gonna be the big threat. Like, I don't think that there's gonna be that long of them fighting any of the Spriggan that were already defeated. And one of the things as well that I'm kind of like, fuck, is Demaria versus Wendy and Shelia. Shelia sacrificed her magic for this bitch to get defeated and captured, and now Demaria is already back and ready to go and fight again. So it's like, Shelia sacrificed herself and everything just to fucking put this bitch down, and she's back again. And if shonen manga wasn't shonen manga, I would say that there's a possibility, hey, you never know, the villain could win in the end, because again, the odds are tremendously stacked. You got Eileen there getting ready to extract Mavis's fairy heart from her and shit like that. So yeah, it's really fucking ridiculous of how bad the situation is for Fairy Tail right now, and Fairy Tail took a nap. But in all seriousness, an exciting chapter of Fairy Tail, again, kind of stacking the odds against Fairy Tail to the limit, but it's hard to be optimistic when you know what Fairy Tail is, and they're gonna come and Fairy Tail's gonna just fuck a lot of these motherfuckers up. And it's like, I really want to see a focus mainly on the people that we haven't get to see yet, and Zeref and stuff like that. Like, I want to see the White Drag Neil and more of him. I mean, this chapter did get a little bit more into him and stuff like that. The fact that he's possibly even stronger or as strong to take out Acnologia and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, I'm really excited for the White Drag Neil. But as far as a lot of these other people, especially like Jacob and the people that were already defeated, I don't even mind at this point, because it's like, we shouldn't even have them back anyway. So if Fairy Tail just kind of blazes through them, just kind of like how Erza got rid of those illusions and shit like that with just looking at them, I'm okay with it, because it's like, whatever, we don't need to see them. I want to see more of the people that we haven't seen yet. I want to see Zeref. I want to see Eileen more. I want to see those people more, and I don't really care about the people that came back. I mean, you already lost Azur, like you were an asshole, and Jacob, you were an idiot, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think about this. First of all, how do you think it's all gonna go down? Do you agree that you feel Fairy Tail is gonna beat 90% of these motherfuckers without really struggling? And what do you think about the White Drag Neil being on the same level as Acnologia? Again, I think Hero used it as a plot device as far as what Eileen did to put Acnologia in another fucking dimension, so to speak, you know, far away, so that way we can have time to have events like this. Because if not, if Acnologia was already there, he would just fucking blaze through everybody and it would be no fight, because Acnologia would kill 1 million soldiers, kill like 90% of the Spriggan, and then it'd be like, so what is Fairy Tail gonna do again? And your overall thoughts of the chapter. Again, aside from my gripes, I'll still say it was a good to a very good setup. It's just kind of like, we know Fairy Tail, so yeah, I don't know, maybe give it a 7.5. I give it a 7.5. It's like, it's good, but between my expectations, because we know Fairy Tail, it's not even expectations, we know how Fairy Tail rolls and shit like that, and at the same time bringing back people that they just died a few chapters ago, it's like, eh. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like, I'd greatly appreciate it, and if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.